yesterday ਕੱਲ ਪੀ ਸੀ ਅਖਬਾਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਿਨ ਵੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਤੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸੀ ਇhtiyatan ਤੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੀ 200 ਆਪਣਾ ਤੂੰ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਦੱਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੋ ਬੱਟਾ
नहीं बच्चे थे वो
काफी तो कितनी एक दो बच्चे सी मैम ने
एक ही बचा हुआ था और 2-3 बच्चे खड़े हुए थे लेने के लिए
उनके पास पैसे थे
does feel that he's a good serve when the ball is pitched within the stumps. Barbaraza. England won quite easily by 137 runs, 364 for 9 England, and Bangladesh demolished in the end for 227.
Well, it might have improved their net run rate a little as well, up into the positives. They were minus a lot. They're into the positives again now, so they needed that big win after the loss to New Zealand early on. Bounced back well. And it was nicely timed. Again, I don't know whether it's going to make it all the way. I just thought it was slightly better than it was at first.
Poor running, very poor running. Just the 2 runs. They decided to push for it very, very late. Thought he got it away. There you go.
He's like me, Russ. He thought it was 4.
There was a late reaction, late call, and by that time it was all too late.
I think he just gets so used to seeing him time the ball well in that sort of area. It actually wasn't. And this square leg, a deep square leg now back on the boundary. Action has come up inside the circle at the fine leg. And goes straight to that man.
I think you're wasting your breath by bowling on the pads of Barbaraza. You're better off really engaging him outside that offside. Make him drive early on through the offside. But I don't mind Madhushankar trying to do that to Abdullah Shafiq and maybe mention the fact that he gets that front leg across. He hasn't had much of the strike from Madhushankar. Now with this man, he's got to try and bowl a little fuller and try and bring it back in.
Driven nicely, but Willow gets across well.
Every time the ball is pitched up, it's easy going for the batters. Maybe they need to stand out of the crease. Try to take it on the full rather than staying on the crease or back on the crease. These little adjustments can make batting just a little bit easier during this phase. Where's he standing? On the popping line. He's got a wide stance. And he manages to balance the act and such a good timer. That's a pull shot over mid-wicket. Sri Lanka keen on testing him with a short ball, and that's not a bad bet at all.
Lada Life Point naturally strong shampoo. प्याज की ताकत लिए
खेल क्यों चाय और क्रिकेट वाइटली बियर जिंदगी जियो
सनलाइट 15% एक्स्ट्रा पाउडर के साथ ज्यादा पाउडर ज्यादा बचत
पेन के पैसे दो, टोकन के लिए।
मॉन्स्टर पेंट्स लापरवाही किसी से भी हो सकती है, इसलिए अपने किसानों की हिफाजत के लिए हमने लिया स्टेट लाइफ हल्का। स्टेट लाइफ हमेशा साथ में।
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर, यूफोन या फिर जॉन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क कर जैज़ कैश है ना। लाइट चली गई यार, मैच कैसे देखेंगे?
माई जोंग ऐप से माइको पर
अब जोंग कस्टमर्स आईसीसी वर्ल्ड कप के तमाम मैचेस देखें माई जोंग ऐप से माइको पर और भी फुल मोर।
लड़ा लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत लिए
ओके मैं बंद कर
ना
मैंने करने हैं अपने को
Just trying to bowl nice and straight. Not allow any room. Hassan Sharika
Should suit him. Suit this man though. Whatever pitch you give him. He is in such good form.
go use it
Anywhere, everywhere. Whoever was to him, he's putting them on the
आधे घंटे में
What
go
enough.
use it
That is making your form count.
for speed of 1. Brings up Pakistan's 1,000.
लाइव देख रहे हैं मैच
1,000 balls this year inside the power play without hitting a six. Fantasy points this match, 166 for Kazal Mendes. Someone to Wickrama, 139. Asanawi with points. Sanka and Harris. Rough round out the top 5 if you are playing the fantasy game. Fine, and away to the boundary for 4.
Got to keep it nice and tidy within the stumps. He doesn't have the pace. Sri Lankan skipper Shanaka there, firing that one, or floating that one on the pad and an easy tickle round the corner. Pakistan quite happy to win. I think what this pair is trying to do is to get a partnership rolling. That's how Pakistan would want to attack Sri Lanka. It's the right approach as well.
Well, needed someone to finish off the good work when we started, and decided someone to become a maiden ODI 100. Wonderful use of the feet, down the ground, anywhere you like it, he could hit it. And he scored very, very quickly as well.
Anyway, from the square, and that will go to the boundary. We're waiting on it, we've got plenty of it.
He's got to help out his bowling mates here. Shanaka with a couple of loose deliveries. Half trigger met with full force over mid-wicket.
Well, maybe the wicketkeeper needs to help him out at this pace. Come up to the stumps. That'll force the batter to stay in his crease.
Is it good enough for us?
He keeps Sri Lankan Test wickets under some record. You should be able to handle it.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Got to get up. They're just running at Shanaka at the moment. 36 for 1.
Your team technology से बने Dolan LED TV अपने smart voice control features से सुने आपकी experience the world of home क्योंकि Dolan reliable
बेहतरीन इस्लामिक बैंकिंग के लिए बढ़ो हमारे साथ dazzling बैंक बढ़ो यकीन के साथ
And he dropped it!
ये तुम्हें बंद आंखों से पकड़ लो
Awesomely expert, huh?
Funky Monkey Pro Max से एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे 200 GB डेटा 2000 दूसरे नेटवर्क मिनट सिर्फ 1600 रुपए में।
सर्फ एक्सेल का नया अलग अंदाज ये जिद्दी दाग निकाले पर इनके सॉफ्ट पर्ल्स रखे कपड़े नरम मुलायम
सॉफ्ट
सर्फ एक्सेल दागों पर साफ कपड़े पर नरम
PSO Dio Max पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम हेवी ड्यूटी डीजल इंजन ऑयल परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि दुनिया चले।
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत लिए
Wide. Careful flirting with those ones when they're that wide, I think, from a batting point of view.
And he goes hard at the ball as well whenever it's pitched on that middle and leg stump line. All it needs is a faint tickle to squeeze you down the leg side.
Madhushankar loves fish, Simon. As growing up as a kid, wouldn't have a meal. There was no fish on offer. In the deep south in Sri Lanka, Hungama Express is known out there.
Some wonderful seafood on offer in Sri Lanka. Tell you that much down the coast. South as well, magnificent seafood. Seafood curry. Some grilled fish. Fried up for you on the beach if you want to as well. Basically jumps out of the water onto your plate.
You're making my mouth water.
And again, there's a little tickle. We talked about it 2 balls ago, and he's got a touch on that, and that is a massive blow from his electric point of view.
Well, somehow, sadly, it appears He had to be on the cards because he was just a little careless around that angle. Unfortunate way to go, but it is what it is. Babar Azam hooked down the leg side, a faint tickle, yes, Eddie goes hard at the ball, he knows exactly what has happened. The moment his head turned towards the keeper, it was the end of that knock, and so Sri Lanka will absolutely take this. Early exit for Pakistan skipper, 2 down now.
हमेशा सर पे सवार ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर्स स्ट्रक्चर तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस न आए हेड एंड शोल्डर्स कंधे से बोझ हटा दे
सर्फ एक्सेल का नया अलग अंदाज ये जिद्दी दाग निकाले पर इनके सॉफ्ट पर्ल्स रखे कपड़े नरम मुलायम
सॉफ्ट
सर्फ एक्सेल दागों पर सर कपड़े
एक और कप चाय टपाल दानेदार
फैंटाटाइड लेवल ही हो है
from the house of Eagle Star.
रोज खुद को कल से बेहतर करना प्रैक्टिस हो या मैच मुझे सिखाया इस गेम ने डटे रहने से ही आगे बढ़ाया नेस्ले मैलो जुटे एनर्जी आगे बढ़ने की सनलाइट 15% एक्स्ट्रा पाउडर के साथ ज्यादा पाउडर ज्यादा बचत
पैम्पर्स जिनको पहनाना बेहद आसान पैम्पर्स में है लोशन
आपस की गर्मा गर्मी इतनी जगह
वापसी कर रैपर के हॉट पॉट जो खाने पर रखे रैपर फ्रॉम द हाउस ऑफ ईगल स्टार
ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ लूं
मौसमी एक्सपर्ट मंथली प्रो मैक्स से एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे 200 डेटा 2000 दूसरे नेटवर्क में सिर्फ 1600 रुपए में
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत लिए
Big. His character, Bish, there's no doubt about it. He's got great energy. He's got a great presence in the team. He's a very good natural leader as well. Pakistan are actually fortunate to have several natural leaders. Showdown Khan's another one of those guys. Very forthright in the way they think. And they present their case well. There can't be a better player than Rizwan inside these middle phases of the match. Folks, it's hard work being a professional in these conditions. Very hard work. I don't know what I've done to deserve this, but the dismissal, Brady. Has he done anything wrong or not?
Hit it too fine. Sometimes it happens. When you get your hands away from your body, sometimes it's better just to really throw your hands at it. How many have we seen of those in the tournament so far? 3 or 4 to date, which is so unusual.
William, in the first game against England off Sam Curran. Imagine Ravindra with a spinner. I like the fact that Madhushanka hits the pitch hard, but when he gets it right, like any other bowler, he can get it wrong, but he has a strong wrist position. You kick yourself, you miss out on those.
Yeah, you can wax lyrical as much as you like on that particular delivery, but that is what you call a genuine strangle down the leg side. Babar Rizwan, I reckon he gets about 500,000 deliveries a year, and 20% of them would have been exactly that delivery, which you'd see disappear into the side of the mid-wicket net, or if he was on a centre wicket like they were yesterday, out of the ground.
How is it when you're out of form, you tip over, you absolutely completely miss those. But when you're in form and you're actually feeling good, you actually nick them and you stand upright, you're in a better position, you're forward of the ball. Sometimes being out of form might be a better option.
Well, if you're out of form, you probably miss that altogether, either on the outside or inside edge of the bat. When you're in form, you want to be at the ball. You want to be making the contact. So that down to a little lady luck is just not with Bubba.
She's strong, strong bowler. $37 for 2. एक धूप में जागेगी खेल की उमंग चाय और क्रिकेट वाइटल पियो जिंदगी जियो
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टर्निंग ऑन फोन या फिर ऑफ, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क पर जैज कैश है ना।
मुझसे कम कैसे करें?
बाबा खेले?
चलो आ जाओ।
बीमार पड़ गई तो टेस्ट दवाइयाँ हज़ारों का खर्चा।
हजारों का खर्चा बचा सकता है लाइफ बॉय। बीमारी की असल वजह है जरासीम, जिनसे लाइफ बॉय दे 100% यकीनी हिफाजत।
बड़ी हिफाजत,
बड़ी बचत।
पेन के पैसे दो, टोकन के नहीं।
Run rates into the 8s and 9s early up. Amazing how to start getting these dismissals out and start beating edge of the bat. Sonic has got no pace. This is 120 kilometres an hour. But he is on the right length, an awkward length and a little bit of extra bounce in this combination of black and red soil as well.
I heard the boys talking about the keeper standing up. I just wonder the fact that there's no slip in place and the ball's moving around, that he feels like he's standing back to be able to get that nick if it does happen. You have a look at a player and you go, are they likely to nick it, and do we have someone in there to catch that edge? If we don't, you've got to stand back to be able to give yourself a chance. Rizwan, on the other hand, is a player that tips over, and so quite often you can actually target a player down leg side with the leg side stumping, gully in place. I just want to talk a little bit about this field and see what you boys think about it. But we've seen the deep point a lot more in the last couple of years, modern day cricket, and the short third and then the slip in place. And what happens as a batter is you want to go at the ball because you've got that gap. So if the field is there, you don't necessarily throw your hands at it. So having that slip in third in place and have that deep point encourages the batter to actually play away from their body. So while sometimes it may look defensive, it's actually an attacking option, because you want the player to go, I want to hit it out to that fielder, I want to try and hit it hard to get there, and if you're not quite right and you get an edge, you've effectively got the keeper, the gully and the third in place for that catch.
Yeah, you're right. It's something that the Aussie boys, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's sort of like a slut fielder. You know, that's something that they've put in place over the last couple of years. Just stops players laying back, especially pace like this, stops players just laying back. And if they also get cute with it, which is the temptation, and they want to try and steer it past the second or third slip and past the short third men, then you're actually in the game as well from a catching position. So stops the boundary and provides an opportunity for a wicket.
Yeah, right in that tree. Not carrying. We're a good way back for Dawson Shanaka.
Look, it's wobbling a wee bit down. Just that lack of pace. I feel like you've got to go at the ball a bit more. This is good bowling, pressure bowling, forcing the Pakistan players to play at the ball, bringing in various options of dismissals. Just wonder if that third slip can just come a couple of steps further up, because it's not going to get there.
And he's taking another half a step up again. Got that unique action now, some chant the way he goes past it with the nickel and still.
एक और कच्चा कपाल दानेदार
लेवल ही हो
ये शॉपिंग तो फैशन मुल्कात से हो गई, आगे और भी जरूरत पड़ेगी। खुशियाँ और डिस्काउंट साथ साथ।
फैशन इस्लाम
गोल्डनबर्ग ब्यूटी क्रीम, हुस्न जाना की तारीफ मुमकिन नहीं।
नेस्ले प्योरलाइट हर दिन कर रहा है कुछ बढ़कर और पहुंचा रहा है हम तक बेहतरीन और मयारी पानी। नेस्ले प्योरलाइट, बेहतर पियो बढ़ती जियो।
The odd verbal barrage, and before you knew it, he had your hook long and sinker and trying to do something you shouldn't. So he was a very skillful bowler. I'm sure Shanica's the same as well. He had a good Asia cut with the ball. He found a way to take wickets on flat wickets as well.
Yeah, we're just doing a little bit of analysis on Trent Bolt, and one of the things being both left-handed seamers I was looking at, I've talked about head positions and how the eyes of Bolt are much more level than Madhushanka, who falls away a lot and sometimes can go past the perpendicular with the bowling arm. It's a very good shot. Latches on to that, just a touch short of a good length.
Yeah, beautiful timing. Just into the wicket a bit more, but quick to get around, limited movement. Good balance, good coil as you call it, tucking that shoulder in and rotating out.
Shot of a very good wicket. Let's not forget he just scored a huge score, big chaseable total. Get it right here, Pakistan. It's a good wicket.
Yeah, just going back to Madhushanka, I think he's a good bowler. I think he gets the ball to swing late. Trent Bolt, obviously, and Mitchell Stark guys of that field get it to swing late. But because Bolt falls away far less, he bowls from a higher perspective. And because the eyes are level, you get to see, I call that your camera as a bowler, what exactly a good length is. If you try to look at a good length with your head, the eyes vertical rather than horizontal, it's harder. And the wrist position, though, of Madhushanka, very good, KT and Higgins, because it's a strong wrist position that even though he falls away, he can still get the ball to swing in late to the right-handed batter. So different. Just wonder about the stress it puts on his spine. Round the wicket now.
When you say strong wrist, what is the importance of a strong wrist? If I'm becoming a fast bowler, which is clearly never going to happen,
I'm going to try to do it left-handed again. I'm going to do my best left-handed impression. So the strong wrist is upright, and you sort of lock it into position and then you flick the wrist. There's some guys, the wrist breaks away. Alan Donald, for example, when he wasn't bowling well, the wrist would fall away and then he would lose it as it goes down the pitch. You want to try to keep it as upright as possible. And if you're swinging it, you're locking it a lot more as an outswing or in-swing bowler. And that's why you can get the ball still to shake back into the right-handers. Very fortunate for Rizwan on that occasion.
When you were doing that explanation, I was thinking of Shaminder Bus. He also had a beautiful wrist. Bit of luck, that's what you need. Saw Babra's arm get strangled down the leg side. On this occasion, Rizwan gets away with one. The outstretched arms of Willow just weren't good enough to get up there. He needed a little, one of those little bouncy mats.
well, a lot of teams look to target Rizwan in that off stump line swinging back, and he gets into a really awkward position. You talk about head position falling over as a bowler, well, Rizwan is definitely that.
Sri Lanka think they've got their man. Umpire unmoved. Good pace, he beats you with pace. He's a strong bowler. They review it.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for catch. Vision decision sort of. It's a fair WP, front of spin vision piece. Okay, ball is very close to the back end. We have a touch piece. Waiting for edge. Yeah, gap between bat and ball. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, clear gap between bat and ball. Yeah, no bat and ball. No need to check it. Then you too high. Yeah, go back to Alex. Alex, you can stay with your decision. You're on screen now. You can signal not out.
8BL इस्लामिक रैंकिंग लाया खवातीन के लिए 8BL निसाब ऑफ ईद सेविंग्स अकाउंट शरई उसूलों की ऐन मुताबिक मुतवाज़न जिंदगी के लिए
इससे कम कैसे करें
बाबा खेले
चलो आ जाओ
बीमार पड़ी तो इस दवाइयाँ हज़ारों का खर्चा
हजारों का खर्चा बचा सकता है लाइफ बॉय बीमारी की असल वजह है जरासीम जिनसे लाइफ बॉय दे 100% यकीनी हिफाजत
बड़ी हिफाजत
बड़ी बचत
एक धूप में जागेगी खेल की उम्र चाय और क्रिकेट वाइटल पियो जिंदगी जियो
फ्रॉम द हाउस ऑफ ईगल स्टार
न बिजली जाती है न बिजली का बिल आता है तो आज ही बिजली के बिल को क्लीन बोर्ड करें इनोवेट सोलर एनर्जी बिल की फिक्र से बेफिक्र
नया लाइफ बॉय नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत लिए
रैपर का कूलर है सर ठंडे को रखे देर तक ठंडा
ठंड होना ये ठंडा रखेगा रैपर फ्रॉम द हाउस ऑफ ईगल स्टार
रोज खुद को कल से बेहतर करना प्रैक्टिस हो या मैच मुझे सिखाया इस गेम में डटे रहने से ही आगे बढ़ाया चुनते एनर्जी आगे बढ़ने की
सर्फ एक्सेल का नया अलग अंदाज ये जिद्दी दाग निकाले पर इनके सॉफ्ट पर्ल्स रखे कपड़े नर्म मुलायम
सॉफ्ट
सर्फ एक्सेल दागों पर सख्त कपड़े पर नर्म
पेन के पैसे दो टोकन के नहीं
मास्टर पेंट्स एक धूप में जागेगी खेल की उम्र चाय और क्रिकेट वाइटल पियो जिंदगी जियो
ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ लूं
मौसमी एक्सपर्ट की मंथली प्रो मैक्स से एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे 200 GB डेटा 2000 दूसरे नेटवर्क मिनट सिर्फ 1600 रुपए में
शुक्राना करूं अल्लाह का सूफी
जो नाम है एतमाद का
आपस की गर्मा गर्मी है इतनी जगह
और शुभ स्वभाव सीधे रहबर के हॉट पॉट जो खाने पर रखे देर तक रहबर फ्रॉम द हाउस ऑफ ईगल स्टार
फेसवाश से लगाना
जड़ सूट लगाना
गोल्डन पर्ल ब्यूटी क्रीम हुस्न जाना की तारीफ मुमकिन नहीं
सनलाइट 15% एक्स्ट्रा पाउडर के साथ ज्यादा पाउडर ज्यादा बचत
रैपर का कूलर है सर ठंडे को रखे देर तक
ठंड होना
It's the last game here as well. It's the last World Cup game, this tournament here in Hyderabad. I really like the ground staff and the head curator here. They're very amiable, and I'm sure that you both have spoken to them over the years. Yeah, I agree. Really, really friendly, and you ask him anything. I asked the groundsman when I was doing the mid-innings pitch report, which didn't happen. But I was asking him specifically about the soil, and he gave me a great answer. 70% black soil, 30% red soil. Unlike the innings that we saw here, the other game, sorry, and he was saying the composition of that as well. Just those sort of interesting facts that when you're a player, you actually go to a groundsman, you say, "Man, what are we looking at?" And they'll give you a good answer. Really solid. There it is, number 5 to the left. There was actually a bit of an incident as well during the innings break. One of the balls hit the white bucket and the paint splattered everywhere on the wicket.
We get to see the ladies with the little straw, and you know, on our side of the world we used to a broom and the groundsmen get the rough broom out, but just the hard work that they put in to sweep up. So I picked it up yesterday and bent down. I didn't last very long because of these old knees, but the power that it had to clean up stuff. I asked if I could take one home to New Zealand. Not that I do much cleaning at home, but I tell you, it'll be done in a jiffy.
Hello to you all as well. Splendid work from all of you. I really like the way the ground has been done up with the awnings, the overhead covers as well. There's the head groundsman. I love him. Every year that we come here, he gives good information. I love this. I love the finishing touches to this ground. The lights, very modern. I would even say postmodern.
Well, actually, Bish, they put the awnings up after those lights have been installed. I've had to chop the lights in half to get them underneath, which is so unusual. Often that you build the stand and then the lights towers get put behind. So it's a little bit of an intricacy at this ground, is having the two lights sort of in the middle of the stand.
And there he is talking to Shaheen Afridi and taking a photo of the gentleman on Shaheen's left with the blue shirt. He's wonderful, I promise you, and he knows his stuff. If he doesn't feel good about the surface, he'll tell you honestly before the match, I could have done a little bit more of this or that, so it may not play the way that I wanted to, but he's quite happy with what he's produced today.
There's those lights. Have you seen that anywhere?
नया लाइफ बॉय नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत में
From the house of Eagle Stars.
चाय और क्रिकेट पार्टी पियो जिंदगी जियो
European technology से बने Dolan's LED TV अपने स्मार्ट वॉइस कंट्रोल फीचर से सुने आपकी बात. Experience the world at home क्योंकि Dolan's reliable है.
समझते हैं एक दूसरे को, इसलिए बने हैं एक दूसरे के लिए. जैसे चाय को समझे सिर्फ एवरीडे.
सर्फ एक्सेल का नया अलग अंदाज. ये जिद्दी दाग निकाले पर इनके सॉफ्ट फर्स रखे कपड़े नर्म मुलायम.
सॉफ्ट
सर्फ एक्सेल दागों पर सख्त, कपड़े पर नर्म.
PSO Deomax, पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम हैवी ड्यूटी डीजल इंजन ऑयल. परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि दुनिया चले.
गोल्डनबर्ग ब्यूटी क्रीम हुस्न जाना की तारीफ मुमकिन नहीं.
And again, they've got that man deep back to the point there. During the break, I couldn't think of what the Aussies called. It's a slice man. I contacted Aaron Fitch. Slice man at that sort of deep point. So when the ball just slices off, and you'll see it often actually with a bowler like Patarana, when you've got that low trajectory, and that's the area that you want to have in your sights. So it's a good fielding position. My memory actually, it came in Test cricket first. In England, often had a bloke that was out there just to stop those boundaries leaking through the phase, and we always thought it was kind of negative. But then cottoned onto the fact that it's actually very productive, especially when it's so fast as they are in English conditions. You tap the ball and it races through the inner field and it's gone. So it's not only an attacking option, but it helps you as a fielding unit stop, make the batsman think.
This action talk about heroes. I'm not sure, Bish, who was your hero growing up as a fast bowler. I can probably take an educated guess, but Malinga, how many players would be bowling in Sri Lanka a bit like this guy? Who was your hero?
I'm in the firing line here with you and Davis. Look, I was fortunate enough to be growing up at a time when West Indies were kings of the game. And so you really had your Michael Holdings, your Joel Garners, and guys like that who were literally champions coming through that system. So I tried to imbibe a little bit from all of them because they were world dominant fast bowlers. So you incorporate a lot of that into your bowling action. And then as I got older, I worked out what was uniquely mine and sort of kept that and added a few bits and pieces along the way.
Well, we get the privilege of driving to this ground and you just see the sights of the kids and they don't even need a piece of grass, they're just around, and you see these fans that have come here today, and tournaments like this, it just creates those heroes, and the kids go away and they go, I want to be like this person. So it's a fantastic thing about a World Cup.
And it just encourages all types of players to play our great game. Daman Khan is a reserve player for Pakistan, similar. Ball sliding out of the hand, round arm action, below the horizontal, all the things that I would imagine, Bish, that you would have taken out of that group, that cluster of incredible fast bowlers. None of them would have been to have an action that wasn't anything but relatively high, over the top of the ball, into the wicket, and at serious spots as well.
It's a shot, good stop at cover. Sharif Asalanka 50.
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर फोन या फिर जॉन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का भी जैज़ कैश है ना।
सर्फ एक्सेल का नया अलग अंदाज, ये जिद्दी दाग निकाले पर इनके सॉफ्ट पर्ल्स रखे कपड़े नर्म मुलायम।
सॉफ्ट
सर्फ एक्सेल, दागों पर सन, कपड़े पर नरम।
में रहे युवाओं की उम्मीद की तरह, ये एफएफसी का आंसू। एक कप है किस्मों का बहाना, एक कप तुम्हें एक और कप चाय, एक और कप चाय, कपाल दानेदार।
नेस्ले प्योर लाइफ हर दिन कर रहा है कुछ बढ़कर और पहुंचा रहा है हम तक बेहतरीन और मयारी पानी। नेस्ले प्योर लाइफ, बेहतर पियो बढ़ के जियो। नया लाइफ बॉय नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू, प्यार की ताकत लिए।
Closing the chat about creating heroes. I heard the news today that potentially cricket will be at the Olympic Games T20 in LA 2028. So to be able to, I guess, to have that aspiration as kids to say the Olympic Games is pinnacle for most athletes. Not necessarily in our sport, World Cups are, but to have the opportunity in 2028 to go to the Olympic Games would just be unreal. So it sounds like the news will come out in a week or so. A good friend of mine, Susie Bates, went to the 2012 Beijing Olympics, and I'll tell you what, there is some stories, but imagine having that on the global stage. It's what we want in our sport, isn't it? People to have those aspirations to play for their country and make a living out of it, but just do something that brings so much joy. Look at us, we're sitting up here talking about a game that we love, and yeah, I'll tell you a few stories off here. I'm not sure if too appropriate on here, but
When you think of how many young girls and boys have come up to Matthew Hayden and Katie Martin and said, I really looked up to you. You were a real encouragement to me taking up the game and playing it the way that I played because of you guys, and you've been my heroes.
But I think we're all custodians, because I grew up watching the great West Indies and all those guys that you just mentioned. I wanted to be Viv Richards. The swagger, the style, the power.
I did wonder that you reminded me of someone.
Tell you what, I would have my buttons just opened up, big gold necklace.
Fish, I think that's done, mate. Let's go. We'll leave him here. I don't want to see that. There's enough showing here already, mate.
Yeah, it was just brilliant, though. Honestly, it was so good watching those heroes. Yeah, tuck it away, thanks. No need to see any of that. But we're custodians of the game. The reason why we love our job is because it's just such a brilliant game. It's exciting. There's always different characters. Here we are talking about a youngster, Pataranda. He's just 20, already got a fourfer in ODI cricket. I mean, when's he going to reach the pinnacle? We've seen him under MS Dhoni be crowned IPL champion. But there's kids watching right now. Girls and boys want to be exactly something like him. And amen to it. It's brilliant.
Pushing hard for 2. I think what's batting first, Hados, is you get a score like a 350. What it means is that as a fielding captain, you can manipulate the field, and not often do we see that 4 fielders go back straight after the power play in this tournament, but they're able to defend, and there isn't too many boundaries being scored here from Pakistan. The squeeze is on, and you're able to manipulate the field. It's a difference, isn't it? It was the batters of Sri Lanka being above the game, and now they're slightly behind Pakistan.
No boundaries in the last 3 overs in pursuit of this 345, 61 for 2.
एक धूप में जागेगी, खेल की उम्र, चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
नया लाइफ बॉय नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू, प्याज की ताकत लिए।
एक धूप में जागेगी, खेल की उम्र, चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
European technology से बने Dolan's LED TV अपने smart voice control feature से सुने आपकी बात। Experience the world at home, क्योंकि Dolan's reliable है।
बेहतर जिंदगी के लिए नेस्ले प्योर लाइफ, अच्छाई से बना अच्छाई के लिए।
से कम कैसे करें?
बाबा खेले?
चलो आ जाओ।
बीमार पड़ गई तो टेस्ट, दवाइयों, हज़ारों का खर्चा।
हजारों का खर्चा बचा सकता है लाइफ बॉय। बीमारी की असल वजह है जरासीम, जिनसे लाइफ बॉय दे 100% यकीनी हिफाजत।
Right, Matthew Hayden and viewers around the world, a shift back in time to Haydos' hero, the great Sir Vivian Richards, 1979, 100 in the World Cup final. And Hollis King to his left, to the right, a screen hard-hitting batter. That bat became famous partly because of him and his fielding in those World Cups as well. Critical run-outs.
I can see why you boys have got plenty of gold around your necks when it comes to athletics, because I tell you, I just can't begin to explain how many times I was given the yes, no, wait, was almost run out. All of a sudden, these men from the West Indies were just flying around the outfield. Before you knew it, that ball in hand and throws back to the wicketkeeper, back to your lot, Katie, and you're stranded. I mean, great athletic ability. It's one of the great shames that the West Indies aren't here. Had a great competition leading up into it, and the rightful placeholders are here at the World Cup. But still, cricket must prosper all around the world, and must prosper, obviously, in the West Indies, because there's too much history. There's too much of a love of West Indies cricket.
Just see the smile on, there's just a little bit in the cheeks of watching that vision back. It must be special, but also hard for you at the moment about where West Indies cricket is. You want to see those players playing, don't you? So many franchise cricketers now. How is it for you, Bish, with West Indies cricket at the moment?
I was having a great World Cup up until now.
Blame Haydos.
What a move, Uber.
What did you tell me to ask that question, Amos?
Are you okay, Bish?
Oh, I love this guy. I walked past him a little earlier. Chance or 6? Chance or 6? Oh no! Neither of them. A Tempted to lay a hand on it. And if that is dropped just inside, it'll be salt in the wound.
Well, I reckon it has. Just miscommunication. Player watching rather than ball watching. Player watching must be on here to call early. Mate, you've got it, or yes, it's mine, or something of that effect. But to simply just see this submit to the moment. Oh dear.
It's just landed on the Toblerone, the boundary marker. But neither of them need an effort to get there. Confusion. Arms upstretched.
Well, I've been saved by the bell there. Thank you, Sri Lanka. Vital moment in the game, just building a partnership, 30 off 39.
The bad news for you, Katie, is that we've still got a number of weeks in this tournament to go. Don't even very early doors.
Sent an email, your flight's been bought forward by 2 weeks. Coming home, New Zealand.
We'll talk about it on the flight to Chennai tomorrow, please.
You know when you're in trouble with the boss, don't you?
That 6 was the first boundary since the power play, the first power play concluded. Off stump, not a bad place, and outside the ball to Rizwan. 69 for 2.
आज का कड़क चैलेंज कड़ा चाय का कड़क दाव एरियल जो कपड़ों की तह से निकाले चाय जैसे कड़क दाव सिर्फ एक धुलाई में
HPL इस्लामिक बैंकिंग मुतवाज़िन जिंदगी के लिए
And he dropped it! ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ लूं
मौसमी एक्सपर्ट Zonky Monthly Pro Max से एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे 200 GB डेटा 2000 दूसरे नेटवर्क मिनट सिर्फ 1600 रुपए में तूफान जगह
सनलाइट 15% एक्स्ट्रा पाउडर के साथ ज्यादा पाउडर ज्यादा बचत
गोल्डन वर्ल्ड ब्यूटी क्रीम हुस्न जाना की तारीफ मुमकिन नहीं
HBL नशा जो देता है उनको हर फाइनेंशियल मामले में आसानी और खुद मुख्तारी सबका मुस्तकबिल हमसे जुड़ा HBL नशा
एक धूप में जागेगी खेल की चाय और क्रिकेट वाइटल विलो जिंदगी जियो
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत दिए
HPL इस्लामिक बैंकिंग मुतवाज़िन जिंदगी के लिए
चेक कम कैसे करें
बाबा खेले
चलो आ जाओ
बीमार पड़ गई तो टेस्ट दवाइयाँ हज़ारों का खर्चा
हजारों का खर्चा बचा सकता है लाइफ बॉय बीमारी की असल वजह है जरासीम जिनसे लाइफ बॉय दे 100% यकीनी हिफाजत
बड़ी हिफाजत
बड़ी बचत प्योर क्लीन
Well, again now. Down spin. This is a big opportunity again, Waka. Nobody called in time, and the ball landed just in the middle of 2. A lot of people behind them, big crowd behind them, and I'm sure they have called, but nobody, none of them heard it. Looking at Sri Lanka's bowling attack, it's a very young bowling attack. The Lalage is really just coming out of behind. This was their shot. And I think it was more of a Pathan's catch because he was coming in. He should have just called. But what a talent this youngster. Had a wonderful Asia Cup with the bat, with the ball.
the other end is Patirana, a very unique action, very young at this level also. Madhushanka, another a youngster, so it's a very young bowling attack, and I think they've responded really well to the captain, keeping things very simple. This kid is going to be something, because he's got talent. He was a 19 captain just recently. Bowled really well, very intelligent at way. He moves his fielding very well.
Keep it simple. 15 goals, 71 for 2. And it is time for drinks.
This drink break is brought to you by Vital Tea, Marshall Pure, Zindagi Jiyo.
हजारों का खर्चा बचा सकता है लाइफ बॉय। बीमारी की असल वजह है जरासीम, जिनसे लाइफ बॉय दे 100% यकीनी हिफाजत।
बड़ी हिफाजत,
बड़ी बचत।
पेन के पैसे दो, टोकन के नहीं।
मास्टर पेंट्स।
हेलो बॉयज, अपने पार्टनर को देखो, अब मुझे देखो, उसे भी मिल सकती है ब्राइट ग्लोइंग स्किन मेरे जैसी। गोल्डन पर्ल व्हाइट ब्यूटी क्रीम, लव योर स्किन। नया लाइफ बॉय नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू, प्याज की ताकत लिए
इस मिट्टी से वफा निभा रहे हैं। ये है FFC का अर्ज।
जज्बात में तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, इसीलिए अपनी हिफाजत के लिए हमने दिया स्टेट लाइफ सहारा फैमिली प्लान। स्टेट लाइफ, हमेशा साथ निभाएं।
एक मिनट में जागेगी खेल की उमंग, चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल जियो, जिंदगी जियो।
तूफान जगा वो लम्हे जो कहीं खो से गए, चलो किसी बहाने से उन्हें फिर से ढूंढ के लाते हैं। कश्मीर कुकिंग ऑयल एंड बनास्पति, खाना तो बहाना है।
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू, प्याज की ताकत दिए।
पेंट के पैसे दो, टोकन के नहीं।
मास्टर पेंट्स PSO Diomax, पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम हैवी ड्यूटी डीजल इंजन ऑयल। परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि
Played with the Duke cricket ball in '99 at the World Cup, didn't we? And that was a bit of a revelation. Shane Warne loved it. Took 20 wickets in the tournament, along with Jeff Allett from New Zealand, who also took 20 wickets in the tournament, swinging the Duke ball around. So not only did it swing and seam a little bit for the seam bowlers who loved it, but Warney had a good time of it as well. Pakistan went on to, dare I say, underperform somewhat in the final after thrashing New Zealand in that semi-final. Sorry, Waka. That is not underperforming at all. That is sheer quality.
That's excellent, excellent stuff from Rizwan. Paddy Rana just got a little bit full. Just not a big move of his front foot there. Just allowed the ball to come under his eyes. The key to that was his head at the right time, going back through the line of the ball to get that energy on it without really having to overhit it at all.
Push for two, should get it comfortably.
You got a really good memory, Dolly, remembering all the wickets we took. I even didn't remember that it was played with the Duke cricket ball. I did not play. I was there, but I hardly played a game. I played only one game, which was against Bangladesh, which I regret.
The game's got some history too, hasn't it? Spoke to the man at deep back. Well, I was there the whole tournament as well. Never played a game. Didn't play one game.
So me and you in the same boat.
We were.
And little Mushi also. He didn't play any game. So Pakistan were a very good side actually. They had a very good all-rounders. Razak was excellent. He was doing really well. Azhar Mahmood was in the side. So it was an all-round team. The scene was to bat at number 9. Then we had Moin Khan, who was in really great form. So they never needed me. We had Shoaib Akhtar, Wasim Akram, Abdul Razak, and Azhar Mahmood. So there are 4 pacers, then Afridi, and then Saklan. I mean, that's some bowling, isn't it?
Tell you what, it's some bowling team that don't need Waqar Yunus as well, just quietly. Well for us. Oh, it's given that wide. It's a big wide too, and it's Alex Moore signalling it. Thought it might have been a bit tight.
It's a really nice ball option from Paddy Rana. Slide ball bouncer definitely deceived Shafiq. Just unfortunately, just too wide.
Got one right, just a single. 10 from the over though, good one.
सर्फ एक्सेल का नया अलग अंदाज, ये जिद्दी दाग निकाले पर इनके सॉफ्ट पर्ल्स रखे कपड़े नर्म मुलायम।
सॉफ्ट
सर्फ एक्सेल, दागों पर सख्त, कपड़ों पर नर्म।
रोज खुद को कल से बेहतर करना। प्रैक्टिस हो या मैच, मुझे सिखाया इस गेम में डटे रहने से ही आगे बढ़ाया है। नेस्ले मिलो, जुटे एनर्जी आगे बढ़ने की।
PSO Diomax, पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम हैवी ड्यूटी डीजल इंजन ऑयल। परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि दुनिया चले।
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर, यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का जैज़ कैश है ना।
हेलो बॉयज, अपने पार्टनर को देखो, अब मुझे देखो, उसे भी मिल सकती है ब्राइट ग्लोइंग स्किन मेरे जैसी, गोल्डन पर्ल व्हाइट ब्यूटी क्रीम, लव योर स्किन.
I guess they've just got to break the target down a little bit more. Think about what can we get off the last 5 or 6 overs. And at that stage of the game, with wickets in hand, 12 overs on. Because of the amount of T20 cricket that's played, the amount of power that these batters have nowadays, 12 overs is okay. So you can say, we get 60 off the last 5, let's break it down. We need to be around about 285 with 6 to go. And then work backwards from there. You don't have to go all out now and lose wickets.
And that will only happen if they play sensibly. Yes, you do need boundaries on the way, but you don't want to be radical. You don't want to just go crazy. Keep rotating the strike. Keep pushing. Keep building partnerships.
Oh, just short of a dive in Pakistan. Got a good hand or shoulder or something on it to stop it.
It's a great effort from the big quick. Have a crack at cutting that down. Sri Lanka, you can see the energy in the field. They've been excellent. They really have been on. One little mix-up down on the boundary with the 6th outside that, they've been excellent.
What a turnaround for them. They had a really tough game, hard game against the South Africans in Delhi just recently. Especially the bowlers struggled in that game. But what a comeback. You know, good total on the board and given enough runs to the bowlers to just pick up 10 wickets.
The Sri Lankan batting has definitely helped their bowlers just to find their way into this tournament.
Lovely from Willow.
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का बिल जैज कैश है ना.
यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलेंस एलईडी टीवी अपने स्मार्ट वॉइस कंट्रोल फीचर से सुने आपकी बात. एक्सपीरियंस द वर्ल्ड एट होम, क्योंकि डॉलेंस रिलायबल है.
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू, प्याज की ताकत लिए.
एक धूप में जागेगी खेल की उमंग, चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो.
यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलेंस एलईडी टीवी अपने स्मार्ट वॉइस कंट्रोल फीचर से सुने आपकी बात. एक्सपीरियंस द वर्ल्ड एट होम, क्योंकि डॉलेंस रिलायबल है.
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर यूफोन या फिर जोन.
To wide down leg side. Been very fortunate to play a couple of big matches here in Hyderabad, and goodness me, the atmosphere is just so loud out in the middle. You know, to see so many people come in for this last fixture that Hyderabad has in this Men's World Cup. And it's come in the droves. Makes it that much more exciting for the players out in the middle.
What about those lights? Were they there then when you played here? You were telling us the stories. Beautiful delivery.
Yes, there's a set of lights at either end, mid-on, deep mid-on, deep mid-off at both ends. They're in the stadium. It actually means that if you're fielding straight, as soon as the ball goes slightly above your eye line, you're looking directly into those lights. So you've got to keep the peak of your cap quite low just to make sure that when you do lift your eyes up, if it does go above your eye level, that you're not just directly looking into those lights that are very low. Obviously, they're there for a reason to light the ground, but they are very low.
Another wide, that'll go away for 5 wides as well. A little bit untidy here from Patirana.
Good pacey delivery, was looking for a Yorker, and when he gets it wrong, it's very difficult for the keeper also from that slingy action. And if the ball pitches off the surface, and I think that last ball pitched in on that slope where the pitch finishes, and it just skids through and keeps low, and it becomes very difficult for a wicketkeeper to stop that.
I can tell you that those lights originally, the ones that are underneath, were on the light towers above. So what they'd done was the light towers were nice and high, and the lights that are now underneath were originally on the light towers up above, and then they put the roof on the stadium. So they put that roof there, and then all of a sudden realised that the lights at the bottom were having absolutely zero effect, didn't show any of the ground, and the roof was actually in the way of the light tower. So they chopped the bottom 3 rows or 4 rows of lights off, put them on a smaller pole underneath the roof, job done. Who cares about the fielders at long on and long off?
It's great intel, Dooley.
It's all about television and making sure we can see every area of the ground.
That's right. And that's the way it should be. It was alright when we were playing, but not now. We got the best seat in the house. And it's not only the towers, see all those lights right on top of the peak. And a beautiful show they show during the drink breaks, which was awesome.
And those lights on top of the roof away to our left, they're all new, and that roof is brand new since the IPL earlier in the year. And I love that as well. Some shelter for the fans who come in the heat of the afternoon. It's a terrific stadium. It's in the gap. They should push for 2 here. Ball is no in the end.
Padirana just hasn't been able to get it right. His last couple of overs, just leaking some runs. Hasn't really needed to try that much. I know he tried to fire that Yorker in at leg stump that went a bit awry. He just needs to keep running in, change the pace into the wicket, top of the stumps with the energy that he has behind. He doesn't need to be too funky right now. Trying to get the Pakistan batters to take a risk off a ball from the top of the stumps.
That one will be okay. It is. Into the over 95 for 2.
And he dropped it!
ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ लूं।
मौसमी एक्सपर्ट
Zonky Monthly Pro Max से एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे 200 GB डेटा 2000 दूसरे नेटवर्क मिनट सिर्फ 1600 रुपए में एक और कप चाय टपाल दानेदार
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो टेलीनॉर यूफोन या फिर जोन हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का दो जैज कैश है ना
एक धूप में जागेगी खेल की उमंग चाय और क्रिकेट वाइटल पियो जिंदगी जियो तूफान जगह PSO Diomax पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम हैवी ड्यूटी डीजल इंजन ऑयल परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि दुनिया चले
The hospitality they have received.
Well, that's the reason I'm a little surprised with the performance I'm seeing from Pakistani bowlers. They didn't really understood that what needs to be done on these pitches. They practiced here a lot. I think they played 3 games already on these surfaces. So they should have come out with a better plan. They were all over the place.
Where's the man?
Now this matchup for the 2 Pakistan right-handers, the ball coming in, this is a time where they do have to put a bit of pressure to be able to, that run rate now, the required run rate 7.83, you capitalise on an opportunity. And right now the Pakistani batters keep hitting that dig mid-wicket fielder, whereas when Sri Lanka were batting, that shot every time went into the gap for 4 or 6.
Yeah, twice the ball was well short and they hit it straight to the man. Again short, this time moved away. Rizwan headed for single. He's not ready to take any risk. He's playing very cautiously. Still to come South Shakil, Iftikhar Ahmed, Shadab, and Nawaz still there. There's plenty of batting.
That finds the gap. That finds the gap. Better placement from Abdullah Shafiq this time.
Yeah, Abdullah Shafiq, you could see him being super aware of where that gap is. 100 up for Pakistan. Much needed boundary. Made the mistake of not finding the gap the first time, but you could see him just get around the ball a little bit more. Get his body in a position just to turn that a little bit more off the back foot to get it into the gap over square leg.
Works that away for a half century. Abdullah Shafiq back into the side tonight, replacing Fakhr Zaman, his second one-day international.
विजिट करें hbl.com और खोलें अपना बैंक अकाउंट with HBL डिजिटल अकाउंट ओपनिंग. अब नो मोर ब्रांच का चक्कर. जहां खास वहां HBL. एक धूप में जागेगी खेल की उम्र. चाय और क्रिकेट वाइटल बियर जिंदगी जिए.
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर, यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का बिल जैज कैश है ना.
न बिजली जाती है न बिजली का बिल आता है, तो आज ही बिजली के बिल को क्लीन गोल्ड करें. इनवर्क्स सोलर एनर्जी, बिल की फिक्र से बेफिक्र.
पैंथर टायर्स, लेवल ही हो रहा है.
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर, यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का बिल जैज कैश है ना.
पेंट के पैसे दो, टोकन के नहीं.
मास्टर पेंट्स.
And they went back, they tried and tested pairing of Fakhr Zaman and Imam al-Haq, who both not had a great time of it of late. 11 innings without a half century, Fakhr Zaman, so it was a surprise that he wasn't in that starting lineup for the first game. But sometimes teams can also take too long to change things, and so I'm pleased they did it straight away.
And sometimes it's good for the players who's been dropped, because he needs time off, he needs to go away from the game for a bit. That's good. That's very, very good cricket from Rizwan. He had that gap in his mind. He was searching for a shorter delivery.
It's when the ball's turning away from the right-handers, there's always a gap at mid-wicket. Always a gap there. And Rizwan, he knew exactly where it was. Pulled it well in front of mid-wicket there. Excellent awareness of the gap. Feet moving so quick.
I just thought Willow was settling into a nice rhythm from our commentary box end. But the decision to change him round is because here we're taking the ball away from the right-handers. The smaller boundary is on the leg side now. They bowl the right arm off spinner in De Silva to the bigger boundary on the leg side. So the decision to change him round is for that reason. But I just thought he was settling into a nice rhythm from our end. Take him a little bit to settle down again.
And there's about a 4-metre difference from one side to the other, and that, in the end, that is enough. That is enough to be aware of a shorter and longer side. But when a bowler's settled in, you want to stay settled in as well. Willalagi, excellent comeback after that boundary. Just for a young man, his awareness of the right ball to bowl so far has been very impressive.
Finds the fielder to deep cover point.
बेहतरीन इस्लामिक बैंकिंग के लिए बढ़ो हमारे साथ. दाज़लिंग बैंक, बढ़ो यकीन के साथ.
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर, यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का बिल जैज कैश है ना.
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत लिए।
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का दोस्त जैज कैश है ना।
हेलो बॉयज, अपनी पार्टनर को देखो, अब मुझे देखो, उसे भी मिल सकती है ब्राइट ग्लोइंग स्किन मेरे जैसी। गोल्डन पर्ल व्हाइट ब्यूटी क्रीम, लव योर स्किन। नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत।
Matthew Hayden and Ian Bishop alongside me, and it's that time where Sri Lanka will be tested, the middle overs. These are the overs where they used to have quality spin, but are down to Willalage, Dhananjay De Silva. Willalage inexperienced. We're expecting a lot from him at this stage, and the part-time of Dhananjay De Silva.
That has liftoff. Abdullah Shafiq, big boundary or not. He is flexing.
Help himself to a nice little buffet here. Down the track and bang. Oh, smoking it.
Look, the thought process behind it is what is important. Mentioned part-time of Dhananjay De Silva. This is where you've got to put pressure on Sri Lanka, force Dasun Shanaka to move his bowlers around, maybe bring back Deekshana at this stage, who he's holding back, trying to make it tighter, and give him a headache basically. So the approach here from the two Pakistani batsmen is what's important. Looks like they're getting it right at the moment.
Tell you what's also key, this is where Sri Lanka took off as well. When I say took off, Sri Lanka scored 100 runs between overs 21 to 30. It was one of their best phases of batting. There was something like 20 runs ahead of where Pakistan are right now. So this is an important period for Pakistan to try to close the gap.
Important for that skipper to consider where this ground is shaped as well. That's the longest side of the ground here, and it's sailed up and over and handsomely into the crowd, but shorter side as well is worth protecting. So you've got to close it every over out, start well, close out well. Have those two ends, the book ends of any given over, and defend hard on the longer side of the ground. Can't afford to leak boundaries that side.
The bowl to his plan and try and get them hitting one side. Problem for the Sri Lankan spinners is that they haven't seen the balls spin. It's on the slower side, but a little bit of turn would certainly.
PSO Diomax, पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम हैवी ड्यूटी डीजल इंजन ऑयल, परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि दुनिया चले।
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत लिए।
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का दोस्त जैज कैश है ना।
पेंट के पैसे दो, टोकन के नहीं।
मास्टर पेंट्स।
नया लाइफ पॉइंट नेचुरली स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत लिए। जज्बात में तो कुछ भी हो सकता है, इसीलिए अपनी हिफाजत के लिए हमने लिया स्टेट लाइफ सहारा फैमिली प्लान। स्टेट लाइफ हमेशा साथ निभाए।
30, that tall, very, very tall tower. 102 for 1. Ground that has.
Lanks are in deep trouble. Don't though, especially with the form of Rizwan in this phase of play. He's been magnificent and extra good against spin. He really is a masterful player of spin. So he's got the stage here, Rizwan. He's got the experience. 23. He's bossing this phase in this particular cycle of the World Cup.
And he's a good player of spin, you said, and the reason for that is he sweeps well. He's not started sweeping yet. Once he does that, Kasun Shanaka will then have another challenge in getting his field right, his angles right.
Don't forget the role of Speak either. He's really important in his partnerships. Usually Bubba with Rizwan through this phase, but now he's got a really solid ally here, striking at 93, so he's ticking it along perfectly. They can just hold their momentum through this phase. Be dangerous.
And the batters to come, Saud Shakil is another one who can build an innings, but the ones after Iftikhar Ahmed, Mohammad Nawaz, Shadab Khan, they're all better or at home coming in around the 35th, maybe even the 40th. The run rate would certainly not matter. That's why this partnership is so important in taking the game deep. 125 for 2.
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का लो। जैज़ कैश है ना?
खर्चे कम कैसे करें?
बाबा खेले?
चलो आ जाओ।
बीमार पड़ गई तो टेस्ट, दवाइयाँ, हजारों का खर्चा।
हजारों का खर्चा बचा सकता है लाइफ बॉय। बीमारी की असल वजह है जरासीम, जिनसे लाइफ बॉय दे 100% यकीनी हिफाजत।
बड़ी हिफाजत,
बड़ी बचत।
One of the things you have to be as a batsman, ruthless to those that you want to target in this phase. We've seen that already. Blast the part-timer out of the park. The Silver was that individual. You could see straight away when he was on. Pakistan were looking to advance their causes in this run chase.
Glorious. It's been a little while since Rizwan has found the boundary, but that was worth waiting for.
He skipped to the leg side. There he goes. And the body position, just opening up that extra cover area, just like Sadira Samaravikrama did. You got to push and create that angle for yourself. You come back from Velalage. Now, there's nothing Velalage could do about the previous delivery. It was a good shot.
Can't tell folks at home watching this magnificent shot how hard a skill that is to come in and around the ball. Now the sweep shot. Called it, Rusty. This is where he really starts to go to school on his game. Any spinner, he'll get the sweep. He's got what he wanted the first ball, a little bit of flight. He came down, made the energy through his feet, forcing Willalagi then to just go back into his normal zone. This shot, it's so difficult to play because it's very unnatural. You're twisting around the ball and then hoping that you get enough energy through your hands to place exactly where you want. Wonderful cricket shot, Bish. Body weight, where is it? It's all onside. Now in his mind, he's got to go all offside. So how does he do that? He twists his body around. His back leg is actually facing square leg umpire, but his hands are going in one direction. And that's exactly where that ball went. Magic shot.
Toughest place to hit it. He's done it with ease.
Pakistan's record against Sri Lanka in ICC Men's World Cups is tremendous. Unbeaten, undefeated. 7-0, Russell.
Yep. Many people told me that today. 6 of those before 1996, where Sri Lanka turned a corner and played Pakistan just the once in World Cups. That is only in 2011. Since then, Famaza probably found a way to stay clear.
me apologize. People think that we're serious when I give you a little bit of a jive. 1-3-3 for 2.
सर्फ एक्सेल का नया अलग अंदाज, ये जिद्दी दाग निकाले पर इनके सॉफ्ट पर्ल्स रखे कपड़े नर्म मुलायम।
सॉफ्ट
सर्फ एक्सेल, दागों पर सख्त, कपड़ों पर नर्म।
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर, यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क कवरेज जैज कैश है ना।
Kusal Mendes played an outstanding innings today, and for pure aesthetics, Sedera was just a wonderful touch player out of the highest caliber of several that Sri Lanka have produced over the decades. And now Abdullah Shafiq is on his way, and Rizwan starting to get through the gears. Which means that this little spell here from Dikshana is a vital one.
Suddenly something different happens just because no one really knows what's coming out of his hand. You're not seeing turn, nothing from the pitch, but that little bit of doubt just stops the batsman going after him like he's been doing to the other bowlers.
I don't think it can in this case though. We've got a steady run rate now, just trickling up, run rate required. Now over 8, started at under 7. Got to find a way, Pakistan. Sometimes you fight fire with fire as well. Russell, you need to find a way against the very best, and Dikshana, he's the number 1 seed on this track during the middle phases.
But since the fact that he's alone, would that allow Pakistan to think that they can catch up with the rest? Patirana, so to me he's key. His 6 overs coming back for the second spell will be the difference. He plays that late, gets it away from Nisanka. Oh, good throw. That was very close, closer than you think. I'd say we will go upstairs. Alex Wolf.
Third umpire to director. We have umpire review for run out at the striker end. Side on the please. Yes, okay, the bat is grounded, it's still running. Thank you. I am ready with my decision for the big screen.
Safe. But what that couple of runs does is that it brings up the 100 partnership between Abdullah Shafiq and Rizwan. It's only taken 108 deliveries as well. So it's got volume and pace.
He's given up on looking to turn the ball because 2 on the leg side behind square mid-wicket and the long on. Just relying on bowling wicket to wicket. 100 runs off 109 balls. They're picking up the pace. Abdullah Shafiq, Mohammad Rizwan, just after losing Babar Azam, they really did need to steady the ship.
And call is for 2. Nope, no chance. Very good in the outfield there. 1-3-8 at the 2 at the halfway mark.
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर, यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क कवरेज जैज कैश है ना।
मेरी बॉलिंग की तरफ पैसे इस्लाम तेज तरीन रेमिटेंस अकाउंट से पैसे वसूल करें, तेज तरीन महफूज तरीन करीब तरीन फैसल इस्लाम।
आपस की गर्मा गर्मी इतनी जगह
और रैपर के हॉटपॉट जो खाने पर रखे देर तक रैपर फ्रॉम द हाउस ऑफ ईगल स्टार।
And I think he has a role to play in coming back. I thought he was very good, obviously up front.
First bowler Shanaka and De Silva, they've got through 6 soon. Because Willalage will be back to bowl his 10. Patirana 6 will probably look to bowl in 2 spells. He needs to find a glory ball, Vish. That glory ball that is trusted whenever he plays. Got to deliver 1 or 2 of them. Willalage very steady.
I get a feeling we're either in for fireworks here or a wicket. I think this batting unit here will be looking to just get that run rate south of 8. And this is the time. I don't think Willalage is a part-time bowler. The way he bowls against the right-handers in particular is better than that. Much better than that. He's got good flight variation in his pace as well. And he's got the obvious advantage of being able to hold the ball away from the right-hander.
Well, he's certainly not a part-timer. He's one of those that will become a front-line spinner. Probably even with the red ball, which is it's got subtle variations.
Just a reminder of Abdullah Shafiq's excellence so far. He travelled a lot during the pandemic with Pakistan. Confesses to have learned a lot during that period. Intra-squad matches. Thought largely to be a red ball player for a period of time. But it's really making his presence felt. Only his 5th ODI. If he can go on to get 100 here, not just at any pace, but at a decent pace.
Well, they're a massive problem solved for Pakistan cricket because Fakhar Zaman, who's not playing today, who has been an integral part of their makeup, he's the X factor. You need an X factor at the top. Fakhar's been in that for some time, so they're looking to fill that gap. He hasn't had the year. The unfortunate thing for Fakhar is he has not had the year right when they needed him to have a bumper. Really consolidate the top of the order.
Just for Russell again, I don't know why our producer loves him so much, but last year, remember, Pakistan chased 342 in a test match against Sri Lanka in goal. Abdullah Shafiq scored 160 not out, and innings of great skill. Just 3 off the over, that's good for Willalage, 141 for 2.
And he got it!
ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ ली।
मौसमी एक्सपर्ट की मंथली प्रो मैक्स से एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे। 200 GB डेटा, 2000 दूसरे नेटवर्क मिनट, सिर्फ 1600 रुपए में। एक और कप चाय, कपाल दानेदार।
Yeah, he's something special for Sri Lanka. He's a great batter, he's a really handy fielder, he's a good natural leader, the under-19 leader. He's got, such a strong portfolio to pick from. He's going to be selected for some time. I got a great chance to see him during the Asia Cup, and he's damaging with all of his skills. Good, really good catcher. And obviously with the bat as well, Russ, he's got something to offer.
The ideal scenario would have been for Willalage and Patirana to be having an impact in the next World Cup. Unfortunately, injuries have forced them to be the leaders of this pack. Charita Salanka into the attack, swapping them around. His Dasun Shanaka reluctant to eat into too many of Tikshana's overs at this stage. Probably the right thing. If the cars, Mohammad Nawaz and Shadab Khan would like to go after it, Tikshana might be the man. He just needs to sneak in here. Just a bit of a breather. That's what Shanaka is looking for.
This is the DNA of Sri Lankan cricket, isn't it? Spinners that are more than handy. Well, they've bowled so many overs. It's not like a part-time spinner from an Australian perspective, for example. These guys are way better than that. Considered maybe part-time in Sri Lanka, but on the world stage, no way, because you can extract 5 or 6 overs out of any number of players we've seen bowling today. He bowls stump to stump and mix his length up. Handy, really handy cricket here. Taking the pressure off Big Shana.
3 balls, 2 runs. Try and sneak in another dot this over. Get through the over, maybe sneak in an over for 4 runs, 5 runs. That's what you want. Not maiden overs, but decent overs. Get through them.
Top class, he just stepped outside leg stump prior to release to ensure that he hit it well to the left of long on.
That's a really good shot. Sri Lanka's telegraphing really where he wants to bowl here, and that's stump to stump, and he's by backing towards the onside, he's made him change his line, something he doesn't want to do. Touches his bottom hand through the ball. Excellent shot.
Wonderful, very good tactical batting.
Go steady on our cameraman Tex. He's right in the gun there.
Very good running. Exceptional running. 1 short of that 150. The partnership Rizwan averaging 99 this year against spin. Strike rate of 90. Shafiq going well. Could they get 2 again? Easily. What energy and intensity from Abdullah Shafiq and Rizwan. 151 for 2.
ट्राई पेंटिंग जिसमें है प्रोविंग फॉर्मूला जो बालों को मजबूत बनाए और गिरने से रोके हेयर फॉल को इग्नोर ना करें सॉल्व करो विद पेंटिंग
PSO Deomax पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम हैवी ड्यूटी डीजल इंजन ऑयल परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि दुनिया चले
Pakistan very much in this 151 for the loss of 2. Abdullah Shafiq, refreshing inclusion at the top of the batting order. And he's shown guts and class. Very good. Gets spin and pace. More importantly, his temperament is rock solid. In a run chase situation, you want your opener to be in good form. And Pakistan have got a plan, and the plan is to get some partnerships rolling. This partnership of 114. You may question the pace of this partnership, but Pakistan play the run chase like this, usually on a pitch like this. Showing a bit of self-belief and just letting the dugout know that we've got this. Still a long way to go. Both teams quite capable of making silly mistakes. Bit of an Asian trade that, and that's gone fine. Rizwan will take out his sweep shot now.
Shana, that was a big effort down there at 45. Looking after his fellow spinner. Rizwan, that's one of his very strong areas, that sweep shot around the corner.
He's been milked through that area regularly. He's not a tall spinner, so the ball will not bounce a great deal, not a big tweaker as well, but he keeps it nice and simple. Targets the stumps, and temperamentally very strong. As a young kid, he really is gifted in that department. Big shot over cover into the gap. That's beautifully struck for 4. Rizwan has played another classical drive, inside out drive. Wearing at 50 now.
That really is absolutely beautiful to watch. His ability to be able to just get around the ball just at the last moment. Because if you commit too early to going leg side, then you can't get your weight going back through the line to be able to get your hands back over cover. It's 2 times now. It's a very hard shot to play. Just keeps executing it so beautifully.
Yeah, technically the hardest shot in the game because you have to get that shoulder position, your body position absolutely right. And if you're not quite there and your hands are too far away, it just pops up to that extra cover or you get too close.
One thing that Gallagher does do, he's come back after a boundary. He's just got a great sense of the right ball to bowl and then execute it as well. Great feel.
Pakistan doing it their way. Maybe a little archaic in style, a little old-fashioned, but they know how to seal the deal. Very good square on both sides, Mohammad Rizwan. Puts up the leg very early, especially good against the short ball and cuts the ball well as well. That's well fielded. Sri Lanka need to feel well here. Put some pressure back on Pakistan. 158 for 2.
नेस्ले प्योर लाइफ हर दिन कर रहा है कुछ बढ़कर और पहुंचा रहा है हम तक बेहतरीन और मयारी पानी। नेस्ले प्योर लाइफ, बेहतर पियो, बढ़ते जियो।
बिजनेस बड़ा हो या छोटा, हर बिजनेस को आसान बनाए। HBL फ्रीडम अकाउंट, जहां ख्वाब वहां HBL।
Absolute raw.
Rajiv Gandhi Stadium here in Hyderabad is one of the very good places to play. The stands seem like they go really deep back into the night sky. And there's just people piled in, loud voices, and it's just deafening out there. And
where's your favourite place to play in India? Loudest.
One Keddy's hard to beat. I've never played it a full underbag with one Keddy because the stands go nearly straight up, like vertically just about, so it feels like the whole crowd's on top of the ground. And the sound does not disappear apart from just straight out onto the ground.
Pathirana coming on to bowl again. 4 overs, none for 30. Sri Lanka looking for a striker. Rizwan is on 47. Plays the cut shot, plays it well, delays the cut shot, finds the gap, finds the fence. 50 for Rizwan. What a player for Pakistan. Ever since batting at number 4, he's made it his own position.
And Pakistan have needed him to step up at number 4 as well, and he is doing it. He continues to do it. It's a little bit wider. That's Rizwan's 450 in the last 5 one-day internationals. He's in a purple patch. Just the method he's going about it. It's just so simple. You can see him just set the platform with his innings, waiting for that cut shot when spin comes on, being busy. Shot over covers his option, sweep. Oh gosh, what a position he got into in the cut shot. He hit it so hard.
It's a flick, and you can hear the roar in the backdrop. Crowds are absolutely engaged in this run chase. Very quick hands. That speed is quick, and that's his favorite area. They needed a Mr. Consistent at number 4. Well, Pakistan had found one in Rizwan. Not easy to bat in the middle order. He's batted all his life as an opener in T20, so been pushed down the order in ODI, and he's responded brilliantly. It's a slice that's gone in the gap, and Pathirana is under tremendous pressure here.
Just the timing on this, it was short, it was wide. He hasn't had to do too much, just place his hands on the ball and guide that over the top. Just that extra pace, it's just slid on and then bang, holds the hands down on the ball, guides it over the top. That was a great shot.
Because of Patirana's angle, because if he released the ball so low, the ball you could see just got wider and wider on Shafiq there. So he didn't have to overhit. He knew there was going to be angle to be able to use, even for a right armour, to be able to just get that ball over the backward square.
There's a bouncer ducking underneath that one. Good game awareness. Got a feel in place for Patirana. He can be nippy with that bouncer.
The one thing so far with Patirana is he's bowled a lot of change-ups. He hasn't really tried to just find that length where he just hits the wicket hard, hitting the top of the stumps and makes the Pakistan batters have to take a risk. He's bowled a lot of change-ups, bounces, slow bounces, yorkers. He just needs to be a bit more consistent with his stop ball.
Another bouncer attempted this time. Just a good roll of the wrist and played it down for a run. Required rate 8.36. With 8 wickets in hand on a placid track, you've got to back Pakistan here. Anything can happen. Sri Lanka can have a couple of overs and could nosedive for Pakistan, but have a look at what Rizwan has produced. Temperamentally strong, great use of the feet, and twice lifting the bowler over the infield. And then this cut shot to bring up his 50. Another short ball this time into the gap. They'll run hard for 2. Very profitable over for Pakistan. 10 runs from it. 12 in fact from it. 170 for 2.
यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलिन्स LED TV अपने स्मार्ट वॉइस कंट्रोल फीचर से सुने आपकी बात. एक्सपीरियंस द वर्ल्ड एट होम, क्योंकि डॉलिन्स रिलायबल है.
एक धूप में जागेगी खेल की उमंग, चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल बियर, जिंदगी जियो.
They're just chasing the game slightly, and that just comes down to good batting. Maybe not quite on bowling, but just good batting as well. Quite often teams in a chase, what you do in the change room at half time is they'll actually go, right, what targets do we want? I don't know what if this was something that you did, but just you set up targets. At 10 overs we wanted to be at this, at 20, at 30 we wanted to be at this, and then that's what we wanted to go on the back end. Whether Pakistan do that or not, whether they just trust their players, that they know the feel of the game and when they need to attack and where maybe they need to accumulate more, but different tactics for different teams and chases.
Yeah, absolutely. Different people are built different ways. Some need specific targets they're trying to hit all the way through, whereas other players are more in the moment to go, okay, which bowler is the one that I really feel right now that I can try and get a big over that the team needs? Or is it the bowler right now that I just don't feel like I can line up, that, you know what, these are my areas where I can get off strike and still bat with intent, try and push the ball in the gaps and run hard and get a few 2s or 3s.
Big shot, straight hit, 6. Magnificently played. Abdullah Shafiq is cracking it up for Pakistan. They're on track for a record run chase here. Pace 328 by Ireland.
Abdullah Shafiq. That is a beautiful swing. You see how still, yes, he's moving his feet, but look how still his head is. His head does not move apart from just watching it and tracking it right onto his bat. And that's a reason why it doesn't look like he's overhitting it, but the ball's still cannoning into the side screen there.
What happens in such a situation for Sri Lanka particularly is that the gremlins appear again. Against South Africa, they were tamed and absolutely pasted. And so you're reminded of that experience, and you don't want to relive that experience. So there could be a little bit of tension with regard to that.
Only 2 of us can talk about not winning many Ramirez, and the one on our left, Shane Watson, he won too much for the old Australians. I'm not sure what we're talking about. How do you not know how to win? But you're 100% right. You start doubting yourself, and You've got enough runs on the board just to hang in here, Sri Lanka. Just thinking, who would they turn to in terms of their bowling? It might be the fact that they have to mix it up, that maybe a bowler might not bowl too many, but Madhushankar hasn't bowled since the 10th over. Picked up 2 for 24 off his 5 in the power play, and we haven't seen him for 20 overs, so maybe the option of a different angle as well.
Goes hard, finds the gap. That's going to be another boundary for Abdullah Shafiq. Read the leg very early. Great batting. Excellent feet. Whether Abdullah's using his feet to get down the track, whether he's getting deep into his crease. Nissanka looked like he got a hand on that, but Abdullah, the ball is fine in the middle of his bat. He's flying off his bat right now. He's right in the zone. This is a place that all batters want to be. And the beauty of this innings from Shafiq has been, he's great. He just pulled himself into the zone. He's just found his way, which bowls to pick, and then he's just kept staying present, reacting what the right option is and fully committing to it.
Missed out on an opportunity there. Slower in pace was Willow. 182 for 2.
मैं एक और कप चाय कपाल दानेदार
शुक्राना करूं अल्लाह का सूफी मैं हुआ
सूफी जवाब है एतमाद का रैपर के थर्मस जो रखे देर तक गरम रैपर फ्रॉम द हाउस ऑफ ईगल स्टार
Pointing in the right direction, Ramesh. There's an upturn. I'm making it happen.
He's called a record chase, 200 runs out from the total. He's nervous, isn't he, beside us here?
Well, they need to carry on right till the end. And it's about remaining upwardly mobile. Can they do it, Pakistan? What happens if they lose a wicket or two? And they will. Captain coming on to bowl. Shanika. They'll do that. Put it away into the gap. And this time only a single. The atmosphere has certainly turned electric. Crowds are backing this run chase. It's just been great cricket so far. A lot of action. Pakistan under a lot of pressure. They were expected to win this quite easily. I mean, the World Cup record is a staggering one. 7 not in their favour. But on the day, Sri Lankans were just unstoppable with the bat.
And this is where the mind games really start to kick in as a batter. 96, he's on 97 now, Abdullah. Is it, should I just get this 100 in ones? Should I just stand there? Should I just try and blast one for 4 to get to my 100, my first 100 in one-day internationals? Or the most important thing, should I just stay present to what I've been doing for the last 93 balls and just react to the best of my ability? Those mind games, they do come in, and that's that inner battle that you're trying to win. And so far, Shafiq has been winning it very easily.
There's the pull shot. He's not going to get a lot of pace on the ball from Shanika.
Well, apart from the early on in your innings, this is probably the most vulnerable you can be as a batter. And as a captain, do you say, okay, well, why don't we try and put some pressure on, maybe bring mid on up and say, okay, son, see if you've got anything in you, force some sort of error. It's what they need at the moment. Sri Lanka, 148 run partnership, 97.
Made a good sound. Rizwan will not come back for the second. Well, it remains a team sport, cricket, but there's always room for individual brilliance to go with it. And you're always looking for those milestones as well. Every batter I mean, I'd be telling a lie if I wasn't really concerned about getting 100 at this stage. I will be looking at the scorecard and write 2 more to make this a happening day for me.
Did you hear the story, Watto, how he whacked the ball and got obstruction out on 99? Oh.
Yeah, the YouTube clip came through in a WhatsApp group straight after that.
There's the pull shot. Concentrate on the game.
The one thing here though, yes, Abdullah is on 98 and he's batting so well. 150 partnership off 145 balls. This is exactly what Pakistan needed to take this game with wickets in hand deep into the 40th over. They're getting closer and closer to that to really then unleash the firepower that Pakistan do have in their middle order.
Nicely played for a run. He's going to get them in singles. I don't know whether that will serve Pakistan or not, but he is now on 99. 188 for 2.
एक धूप में जागेगी खेल की उमंग, चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
सर्फ एक्सेल का नया अलग अंदाज, ये जिद्दी दाग निकाले पर इनके सॉफ्ट पर्ल्स रखे कपड़े नर्म मुलायम।
सॉफ्ट।
सर्फ एक्सेल, दागों पर सख्त, कपड़ों पर नर्म।
Handle pressure and handle batting, especially on these pitches. This is a big moment for him and for Pakistan.
There's a firepower as well in the dugout. Shadab Khan, Nawaz. Yes, Al Shakil was absolutely brilliant in the last game as well. But the man of the moment right now, Abdullah. Is he going to stay present with Madashankar, who bowled very nicely his first spell? He hardly bowled a loose ball. He was very much on the money with that ball swinging early with that brand new ball. And this is the moment for Sri Lanka where they're going to try and bring one of their wicket takers on, Tikshana and Madashankar, try and get this breakthrough. Great partnership so far.
Yeah, there's a block. He's on 99, still on 99.
Do we think there was an intentional play from Sri Lanka? Run on a misfield. So much talk about the Pakistan top order and the reliance, and between Abdullah, Saad Shakil as well, they're adding a number of players that can support the batting.
The advantage of playing somebody like Abdullah Shafiq is that he walks in there with no baggage. He's fresh, and he's on 99, plays the pull shot, gets it to 100 with a great shot. What a knock! Pakistan in the massive run chase, and he gets the 100 for them. Opener, they desperately wanted an opener to be in form. Well, he's delivered the goods.
And what a way to bring up with a beautiful pull shot. Such composure. The opportunity that Abdullah's got to open the batting in a World Cup, and he's absolutely nailed this opportunity. He started his last 3 runs with singles, but then he just rocked into that pull shot. It's just another vital cog for Pakistan that they do need, and it's going to just take that little bit of extra pressure off Baba when he comes in to know that it's just not only up to me.
Another smash, that's well fielded. Getting 100 on your World Cup debut is pretty special. He got the ideal ball really to get to his 100. Half trigger, and yes, he's pumped up all right.
He's the first Pakistan batter to score 100 on a World Cup debut. What a moment to stand up. A little bit of class at the end to show. Fantastic.
Life's all about opportunity. And you just hope when you do get an opportunity that you're in good touch, that you are batting very nicely to be able to capitalise on that opportunity. And my goodness, Shafika, was in great touch. You could see it from ball one, and he's made the most of it.
It's hotting up just a little. Rizwan stopping the bowler in his stride. I don't know what happened. Maybe he wanted to feel that cover that he was talking to somebody. I think at the end of the day, Tikshna is going to be the make or break for Sri Lanka. I think his spell will determine whether Sri Lanka win this or lose this. Still got 5 overs to go, Tikshna.
बराबर ही जा रहे हैं दोनों को.
Fabulous hit. Rizwan. Wow. That is such a good shot and picked up the leg so early.
32 ओवर हो गई हैं. 200 स्कोर. 199 और अब 32 ओवर भी नहीं. 31.4 है. As well, and he's got another one to go. Free hit off this no ball. That is a big no ball. He was pumped up the ball before that. That is a huge no ball. 340. Rizwan, just the coil, the snap.
44,
6.
Gamesmanship, was it from Rizwan? Pulling out just as Radashenko was in his run-up. Knew that there was a good chance it was going to be a short one. That extra energy overstepped as well, so Rizwan, if it was, it's worked out very nicely in his favour. Free hit.
Goes up in the air, doesn't connect properly, but still good enough to come back for 2 runs. 8th game of the World Cup and already we've seen 900s. 400s today. Incredible. Perfect batting strips and also high quality batting performances as well. It's not that it's been easy for batters, but it's just that it's a tremendous batting energy to see him be proud of. $50 runs from the over with a ball to go. It's looking now much easier doable. Job 142 of 109 in T20
दो ही out हैं दो.
on a pitch like this with 8 wickets in hand.
With that, you could see Rizwan, just energy go back at the ball. It's like a baseball swing. As the ball came out, his front foot stepped back towards the bowler to generate that extra power. Then using his core to rotate around it, just launched him to the stand.
Oh, that slash! Wow! That absolutely bludgeoned. Abdullah Shafiq nailed it. It's some cricket shot there. 19 runs from that over. I'll let Warren explain this.
Wow! That flew off his bat like a tracer bullet. And it's going to be drinks time just to cool the jets a little bit for the Pakistan batters.
जीतो स्पेशल क्रिकेट प्राइजेस. अपने स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी के पीछे कोड को स्कैन करो और पहनो जुनून का रंग. This drink break is brought to you by Vital Tea, Vital Pure, जिंदगी जियो.
एक मिनट में जागेगी खेल की उम्र. चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो.
Fantastic. लेवल ही हो है.
मेरी बॉलिंग की तरफ फैसल इस्लामी तेज तरीन रेमिटेंस अकाउंट से पैसे वसूल करें. तेज तरीन, महफूज तरीन, करीब तरीन.
फैसल इस्लामी. यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलन्स LED TV अपने स्मार्ट वॉइस कंट्रोल फीचर से सुने आपकी बात. एक्सपीरियंस द वर्ल्ड एट होम क्योंकि डॉलन्स रिलायबल है.
ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ लूं. मौसमी एक्सपर्ट,
जॉन की मंथली प्रो मैक्स से एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे, 200 GB डेटा, 2000 दूसरे नेटवर्क मिनट, सिर्फ 1600 रुपए में।
एक धूप में जागेगी खेल क्यों, चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटी पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
HBL इस्लामिक बैंकिंग लाया खवातीन के लिए HBL निसा तौफीक सेविंग्स अकाउंट, शरई उसूलों के ऐन मुताबिक मुतवाज़न जिंदगी के लिए।
कभी ना रुकने के लिए नेस्कैफे, अच्छाई से बना अच्छाई के लिए।
Pakistan 207 for the loss of 2, and it's all about Abdullah Shafiq and getting 100 on his World Cup debut. Wait for 12, Babar Azam for 10. So you've got to enjoy this because he's so well balanced and temperamentally strong. Some nice shots, the pull shot, the drive, and just the presence at the crease was wonderful to watch. Picked up the loose deliveries, very good down the ground. That's how he gets the pull shot. Thank you for watching this. Sri Lanka need to get this right, and I mentioned it earlier. Dikshana really holds the key for them with the ball. He's got 5 overs left. The mystery bowler. The others can be taken, but Dikshana is the last stroke. 10 extras. Stated Sri Lanka 344 and chase it. Well, that's mind-boggling. Abdullah Shafiq, very good off his pads. Very good with the pull shot. Yeah, the position that Shafiq gets into, he's just so powerful. He's got a lot of strength, so he just uses his core, keeps his body weight quite low and energy in his legs, so then he can just uncoil with his core and with his lower body. And that's the reason why he's able to score so easily on the leg side. As soon as the ball gets a little bit straight, just the energy that he creates. If you're a little bit not as strong as him, then it's a lot harder. You've got to swing your bat a lot faster to be able to try and hit the ball as hard as he has. But this is very gettable now for the Pakistanis. 138 to come off 18 overs. Well on the way. This last boundary. Just a little, step towards the bowler to get his momentum going back towards the ball, and goodness me, that raced off his bat. And that field at point was just about a foot away. Just couldn't move. How would you look at this, Mora? I mean, as a batter, would you look at 108 balls to get 138 or 18 overs to get 138? Yeah, I'd be definitely looking at... I'd take my mind away from the total and just know that Tikshana is the main man who's going to be the one who's going to come in to try and derail this run chase. So he'll be getting through safely through his overs. And then once you get through him safely through these next 2 overs in particular, then you know that Troika are going to be a bit more deflated. There's going to be some scoring options, especially on a really nice wicket like there is right now. I think he's got 2 roles to attend to look after A, to pick up a wicket, and B, to be disciplined. So squeeze the scoring rate. Let the scoring rate just calm down a little bit through 3 or 4 good deliveries, and then attack with a wicket-taking delivery that he possesses. And that can't be easy.
Just made a slight change in the field, so square leg has come up and long off has gone back. He might look to maybe bowl a bit wider, but there's so much space. Just that leg side fielder come in to squeeze. The other option for these 2 batters, as well as you talked about role premiers, is to get to a point where you say, okay, which one of us is going to be more attacking or not? Who can actually throw caution to the wind a little bit more? Although they don't need to, they're scoring boundaries at ease.
There's a sweet shot, that's a flick and almost a flat 6, but what a shot that is. Played the field. Of late, we've seen some incredible shots from Abdullah Shafiq. The velocity, the ferocious nature of his hitting, that was pretty special.
It's like he's got the wonder bat. The ball, just with a flick of the wrists, just shows the strength of him. Well, Sri Lanka bringing up square leg inside the circle. That's the shot they're hoping took on, and he nailed it.
The plans for me look a bit lost here. We made the adjustment in the field, and both of these players are ahead of the game. They know what's going on, so what were they trying to do there? If he's not blocking off any side of the field, he's effectively given that a free shot. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to middle it. I mean, even better if you do middle it. He's made that adjustment now. Long off comes back, and that square leg fielder comes out. Back out on the boundary.
Six runs from the over to 13 for 2.
नया लाइफबॉय नेचुरल स्ट्रॉन्ग शैम्पू प्याज की ताकत लिए
खेल भी जीता और दिल भी और पाया एतमाद पूरे पाकिस्तान फैसल बैंक बढ़ो यकीन के साथ
आपस की गर्मा गर्मी अपनी जगह और शूट से वापसी पे
रैपर के हॉट पॉट जो खाने पर रखे देर तक गर्म रैपर फ्रॉम द हाउस ऑफ ईगल स्टार
What about Patirana then? What role will he be given? He's had a low day. It's not been his best day, and so he's only young. We're talking about a 19-year-old kid at a world stage, and so can he get it right? With that bowling action, Moto, I mean, it can be tough if you're not having a great day.
Yeah, Patirana's absolute strength is his variations. We've seen him with the Chennai Super Kings. When he's bowling his variations, that off-cutter, his Yorker getting and executing that well, and his change of pace bouncer as well, that's into the wicket, off-pace or a fast bouncer. So he's got a few ball options. He's just got to be very clear with which ball he wants to bowl right now, and he's very clear on how to execute it to the best of his ability.
Oh, yes! What a catch that is! Patirana gets a wicket. Abdullah Shafiq is stunned. Because this really was world-class at point. Hemanta, the substitute, blocking it off in thin air. Abdullah Shafiq can't believe his luck, but what a knock he's played. And Sri Lankans certainly are back in.
Wow, that's exactly what Sri Lanka needed, a special piece of fielding. Patirana, he dragged it down a little bit. Manta just jumped out of the ground. Took a screamer when his team, his country needed it the most. And Abdullah, it's one of the first ones that hasn't just rocketed to the boundary over the last 10 or so balls. But what an inning.
He misfires it.
Patirana, he'll learn from experience, but he does not need to try and bowl the perfect wicket-taking Yorker. With a new batter, he's just got to bowl good balls. Like the ball before, he beat Sajid-Keel's bat. Just that one nice fuller length outside off stump. It's a big risk.
Oh, that's a wide one. I mean, it happens with his bowling action, under pressure, expectations from his team, from his captain, and you can see that he looks a little lost.
Well, he's overcompensated, hasn't he? The previous ball he's just flung around too far, and this time he didn't. Look how quick this is. Reaction time. 0.91 of a second. Wow.
He's off the mark. Just to flick round the corner for a run. He'll keep on doing that, Saad Shakil. Like Sri Lanka, Pakistan need a set asset to go through the entire innings. Was when Kosal Mendes got out, it was his partner who got 100 and just kept on with the innings momentum. Samara Vikrama. down leg is up in the circle, and this time he plays it down like Abdullah Shafiq. He's very good at that length and plays the cut shot exceedingly well. Rizwan, he's got the temperament also. I mean, he's had a fabulous year, averaging almost in the 70s in ODIs this year, but have a look at that. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Fresh legs.
It's done well. Patirana's role moving forward. Should he be trusted with in a crunch situation? Should they bowl him out now?
I think he's just got to be more confident with his stock ball. Just run in and hit the top of the stumps. I know he plays a lot of T20 cricket, so his variations are normally his big weapon. In one-day cricket, top of the stumps is a key.
Leads 10. Picked up a wicket, but 10 runs scored by Pakistan. The chase is on. Definitely 3 down for 2-2-3.
लापरवाही किसी से भी हो सकती है, इसीलिए अपने किसानों की हिफाजत के लिए हमने लिया स्टेट लाइफ खारी प्लान। स्टेट लाइफ हमेशा साथ निभाए।
यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलेंस LED TV अपने स्मार्ट वॉइस कंट्रोल फीचर से सुने आपकी बात। एक्सपीरियंस द वर्ल्ड एट होम, क्योंकि डॉलेंस रिलायबल है।
Rizwan holds a key now, I'm sure, along with Side Shakil. And in to come Iftikhar Shadab, Nawaz more than capable. Is there a further twist in this contest? Sri Lanka with 244 for 4. It's done 2-2-3 for 3. Just trying to sneak another over or two in here, I think. Dasun Shanaka with the left-hander at the crease. Sneak an over or two of Dhananjay De Silva in. Take a little bit of pressure off. He hasn't really taken any off because it's gone away for 4. Lovely bit of timing.
Rizwan in control of that shot. It wasn't that short actually. The ball was pretty decent because he was just moving back. And at the same time, his hands were moving toward that gap where he wanted to hit. What a wonderful shot. Another short delivery. Runs are not stopping. Sri Lanka struggling to stop the run flow. Well, it's just terrific awareness of where the field is. It's not out and out power. It's not brute force. Something that we're so used to seeing in ODI cricket. You talk about the dominant players of this format of the game. He often goes to those that have got this great power, but Rizwan's got that great mindset. He can see where the game has to be.
Hardly missed the beat since losing Bubba at a score of 37. Hardly missed the moment, have they, where they haven't let the run rate get out of control at all. A terrific partnership. Took the score through to 213, 100 for Abdullah Shafiq. Geez, he can park my car any time in the garage, Rizwan, because that's just like a glove. You saw that boundary, that is pinpoint accuracy. It's got to travel 70 metres. It's in the over, 35 gone, 228 for 3.
Simplicity Express, 'cause I like it. Simplicity Express, 'cause I like it.
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का लो। जैज कैश है ना?
रैपर की थर्मस जो रखी देर तक गर्म। रैपर फ्रॉम द हाउस ऑफ ईगल स्टार।
Men's Cricket World Cups, Ireland 329 for 7 against England back in 2011. That was the Kevin O'Brien 100, which was, until a few days ago, the fastest ever in a World Cup, taken off them by Aidan Markram just a few days ago. It was 50 balls, O'Brien's, and Markram 49 has set a new target. That is good work, outstanding work. And Jaya De Silva out on the boundary.
There's good cricket going on out there at the moment. Sri Lanka not giving it easy. They're just throwing themselves around. What a wonderful catch we just saw to dismiss Abdullah Shafiq, and then now watch that. Excellent fielding. They're making sure that Pakistan have to work really hard for every run.
Good. It's that one spot on. In a week that's been dominated in this first week of the World Cup by bat, it's marvellous to see those efforts in the field because they matter. These big run chases, and we've seen a number of them now over the years, Simon Dool, with a few flashed up there on the screen. Then, away from the pressure, if that had gone for 4, maybe that ball would have been different.
There would have been a different pressure on a youngster. A good fielding makes the bowler feel really good. He had a tough day.
Nicely flipped away for just the one. A couple of games today. Earlier on in Dharamshala, England and Bangladesh. England playing their second game, so to Bangladesh, England sent into bat, 364 for 9. Howard Malan with another 100, big 100 as well. Root amongst the runs and best over the half century, and Bangladesh in reply, 227. Reece Topley welcomed back after missing the first game with 4 wickets. Beautiful, stunning, timing, everything from Rizwan.
800s in this World Cup so far. And this might be the 9th one. Rizwan on his way to get that, and he's looking really good. Patirana really presenting him outside the off stump, and what a timing once again. We saw him earlier against the spinner, that he pulled the ball. Superb timing.
It's 20. Patirana's 20. He finds a way to get a wicket, but there's no question that Rizwan's just owning him here at the moment. A spasm in his back here. He twisted around to try and reach this. Pakistan will be wishing that there's nothing more sinister to this. He's clamping in his back.
Pakistan can't afford to lose him. He was looking to go over the wicketkeeper's head. He was reaching for it, and on the way down he felt something in his back. He has been struggling with his back at times, but he's not going to let it go now. He's going to be there at the end. That's what he wants to do.
Can't afford to be. He needs to find a way here. It's got to be the 9th 100 in the first week of the World Cup. It's just essential for Pakistan here. He keeps going. He's got to dig deep. Even if they can get Pakistan 5 or 6 more overs out of him, that run rate now is as steady as she goes below 8. That's where the damage has been done.
You can't afford, Pakistan cannot afford for Rizwan to leave the pitch right now. Still decent batting to come if Bahar was in good nick. Shadab can handle this sort of situation. Mohammad Nawaz is a pretty decent left-hander. But Pakistan would love Rizwan to stay out there. You don't want a new batter right now in the middle.
मेरे ख्याल से 30 से 40 तक हो गया.
Two for Tuesday. We love it, don't we?
Bingo. Milan in action. He's been dangerous during this cycle. And today he was nothing short of inspiring to England, who went down in a good close tussle with New Zealand, a real cracker. Second highest score of this World Cup. David Milan, he's going to offer something really special. I have heard a few commentators calling for him to be the highest run scorer in this World Cup. When you look at his numbers across the ODI format, they are quite phenomenal. 107 required from 85 from Pakistan. David Milan averages a tick over 63 at a strike rate of 98 in ODI cricket. That was his 600 today. So 23 games, something along those lines. It's just phenomenal. It really is. His numbers are very, very impressive.
For all the hundreds we've seen today or in this tournament, the record is well over 100, isn't it? They've just been honking the ball all over the place. And how about the bowlers? Some of them had a really good day, some good bowling from the left arm, and swinging the ball, picked up 4 wickets. Bruce Topley, he was on song today, 4 for 43.
You'd have to say it's been a big win to the batting in the first week. 800s, we might be about to see something here. It takes us to 9, potentially. Just the one fifer. Mitch Santner for New Zealand that are really featuring hard in this first week. They've really lifted. And it must have been demoralising after the 2019 World Cup. Probably shouldn't have even gone into a super over. And then to lose the way they did, they've just got the resolve. Been a really great week, hasn't it, cricket? Magic stuff.
A good start, absolutely. And plenty more to come. 239 for 3.
आज का कड़क चैलेंज, कड़क चाय का कड़क दाम निकाल पाएगा एरियल? एरियल जो कपड़ों की तह से निकाले चाय जैसे कड़क दाम, सिर्फ एक धुलाई में। And he dropped it.
ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ लूं।
मौसमी एक्सपर्ट, Zonky मंथली प्रो मैक्स से एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे, 200 GB डेटा, 2000 दूसरे नेटवर्क मिनट्स, सिर्फ 1600 रुपए में।
You won't be surprised if Rizwan gets his 100 here and make it 9, 10. I beg your pardon, I've been told by Mazhar. And he's on his way. He's normally a good finisher, and if he's out there right at the end, he will get a big 100, I would say.
He's probably got an ugly 15 minutes before some of those painkillers that he would have inevitably taken in that little break just kick in a little bit, just try and ease the edge of pain. And if he can guts it out and find a way here, oh, it's hurt him. That's gone straight into his face too, I think. So he's in the wars. He's got cramp in his back. It's all happening. Cramp in his calf, in his back. He's been cleaned up, but he's still out there.
Plenty of work there for the physio, for the doctor, for the trainer. But we've seen this before. There's nothing new. There we go. There we go. What a shot. He was hurting. He's still hurting. And he's hurting Sri Lanka.
What a shot. I'll tell you what, I reckon the ball's cramping as well. It's been absolutely smashed. Look at this shot. Great courage. He's gone. The calf is gone. But his spirit hasn't, because he smashed this away. He's launched himself off his feet. Oh, that's something special, Song. Somebody find a sniper, please. Taking him out from long range. Wait for it. Yo! There you go, son. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
साथ ही चक्का मार के इंजरी होगी। उधर ही अभी इसरा बल्ला घुमाया और बॉल जा रही है और वो नीचे लेट गया।
Couldn't put his right leg down before he got those cramps.
Rizwan.
They're painful, I tell you. They're very painful.
God, that was funny. He's not sure which part of his body he needs to clutch next. But he's hitting catches out into the crowd, and that's what's important for Pakistan. This partnership, it must stay afloat. Already handy, 33 off 23 balls.
Don't know how long the umpire is going to give him to sort out his issues. They're going to get a little edgy also. They're standing right on top of him. They're probably quietly saying him, either you just go out or get on with things.
And I like that from the umpires. This is all part of the game. It's all down to fitness. I know it's hot. I know it's hard. I know he's cramping. But if you can't carry on, you're not taking up time out of the game. You can't carry on, you go off. Get your treatment off the park. Retire hurt. You can come back if you like. But you either get on with it. It's too much time wasted with this sort of thing in the game. He ain't going. He's not going, Simon Dool. He's eyeing up 100 and he's hitting shots like this. Sorry. I'm saying to Chris Gaffney, buddy, you just relax because I've got the bat in my hand. You're going to have to force me off here. Time him out.
Yeah, they have to drag him out. He's not going anywhere. He's not only looking to win this game, but he's also looking to win the game for his country, and of course to get to his 100. There's too much at stake.
The land of pearls and biryani. Slow cooked. Beautiful. Dum biryani. Yeah, the dum. Slash a bit of rice in there. And then cover him up for a while. And that's what it looks like, served up with a bit of crispy onion on top of it with some fresh coriander. Hello. And then some raita just to really smooth it out.
You are.
I've never seen you get so excited about anything, Dots. Why wouldn't you? It's just magnificent tucker. Oh, he's hobbling down the other end. Trying to get it right, trying to punch everything. Come on, work, legs, work. Yeah, he's just hoping a miracle happens here. And it's called Panadol.
Yeah, he needs about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And got to be a little careful here, a little watchful here. Don't get run out right now.
Well, this is where Sri Lanka need to be wary as well. They can give themselves room inside the circle now. He is not taking quick singles here. Swept a really good shot there. Got plenty of it, so Shaquille picks up a boundary. 37 gone, 250 comes up, 251 for 3.
रोज खुद को कल से बेहतर करना। प्रैक्टिस हो या मैच, मुझे सिखाया इस गेम में डटे रहने से ही आगे बढ़ाया। नेस्ले विलो, चुनते एनर्जी आगे बढ़ने की।
Need 94, Pakistan, 78 deliveries, nothing in it. All they need is to back these overs. They'll win this game.
There's a chance of a twist is there. Two sides have been known. Run rate is under control. Three fixtures for Pakistan. And the big one coming up. India and Ahmedabad. Won't be many there. Australia and Bengaluru, and Afghanistan and Chennai. 130,000 they're expecting in Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad.
Well, if this stadium is 3/4 full, just imagine that. 130,000. I can't wait. Oh, wild swing. Oh, wow, he's gone. He has gone here. I know he doesn't want to go, Matthew Hayden, but he's gone. He's not gone, mate. He's got 10 more runs at very least to make it a knot. He can smell a bit of blood in the water here as well. That's the focus that he'll have. He knows how important he is. The 4 batter for Pakistan in great form. He wants this so badly. Yeah, trying to smash it and got the inside edge and onto the calf. More pain. And absolutely nothing wrong with him. It's kidding, isn't he? It's worked a bit ahead of its time, actually, the Panadol. It's really coming good. It's amazing what happens when... It must be the same with bowling. You're sitting on a 4-fer and you've got a tail ender down there. You're still running in to get that 5 for you. And when the game is at stake, you don't want to go. Simple as that. 4 wickets or 5 wickets, you just want to stay out there. You want to enjoy this moment. You want to be there when you win the game. So he ain't going anywhere. You're right. Other forms of pain relief are available. It's nicely timed. Rizwan will race back for 2. So Pakistan's next 3 fixtures. What about Sri Lanka? Where do they go? Can they find a win tonight on their travels to Lucknow? Take on Australia, then the Netherlands in the same venue. So they get a good stint of time in Lucknow after tomorrow, and then down to Bengaluru to take on England. Last one's a bit of a worry for me, the England one, Bengaluru. That's not a great venue for Sri Lanka, I don't feel there. That'll favour England. The Lucknow one, we don't know, there's question marks because it's a relayed wicket block and we're not sure. It looked very mosaic-y, didn't it? Patchy through the IPL at the start of this year. It didn't look... And remember, 120 were defended in a T20 encounter, so you'd like to think it's better. Lovely shot. There's a boundary rider out there, and that's a terrific over from Sri Lanka's point of view. Just the 4 runs coming from it. 38 gone, 255 for 3.
सर्फ एक्सेल का नया अलग अंदाज, ये जिद्दी दाग निकाले पर इनके सॉफ्ट पर्ल्स रखे कपड़े नर्म मुलायम।
सॉफ्ट
सर्फ एक्सेल, दागों पर सख्त, कपड़े पर नर्म।
PSO Dio Max, पाकिस्तान का पहला प्रीमियम हैवी ड्यूटी डीजल इंजन ऑयल। परफॉर्मेंस ऐसी कि दुनिया चले।
$90 from 72. 255 for 3, Pakistan in pursuit of 345, the highest ever run chase in a men's World Cup, is on offering tonight. We've seen some good batting, some good bowling at times. Ishan Hemanta with a brilliant catch. Celebration to go along with it. Yeah, there was little hope when that catch was taken. Oh dear. Bonus for Pakistan. 5 runs, 5 wide. A handy little bonus. It's only Tuesday, not Friday. There's no room to have bonuses at this stage of the week. Scores for everyone. And I really need Big Shana here to lift. He's key. He's thinking wickets. Especially with Shaquille. He looks a well-organised player. I had a chance to see him in the nets yesterday. He was really calm and cool. He was organised in the way that he was preparing as well. Of course, he was celebrating his first half century in a World Cup.
But he's doing his job again, back-to-back performances.
Bats up the order in his domestic team. He is captained Sindh also. A very smart cricketer, has played a lot of first-class cricket. Keep things very simple. And he's adjusting it. Done a good job of bringing him in the side. He was not in the side before this. Because you need a left-hander, and of course very organized left-hander. And he's going to really serve Pakistan in this World Cup.
Beware the wounded cricketer. And the reason why is because the mentality changes. Keeps you absolutely in the moment. When you've got an injury of some sort, it tends to distract your mind and you start to focus on what really matters. You isolate the things that don't matter. And Rizwan here's got a job to do. 100 in the wings. Oh, beauty, beauty.
He's asking for a review. Not sure why. Moved away and trying to run the ball toward third man. There's a quick delivery and very quickly 100 kilometers an hour.
He could pull the over back after the 4 wides. Nine so far with the ball to go. The run rate still well and truly under control. Nothing silly needed from Pakistan's point of view. Sri Lanka need to go, they need wickets. The partnership came up in that over from Dikshana. It is 264 for 3.
नंबर चाहे कोई भी हो, टेलीनॉर यूफोन या फिर जोन, हर मोबाइल नेटवर्क का दो जैज कैश है ना।
एक धूप में जागेगी खेल की उमंग, चाय और क्रिकेट, वाइटल पियो, जिंदगी जियो।
Rapper from the house of Eagle Star.
Knowledger has got 2 to go. Tirana, they hold him back, they keep a couple for the backhand. He's a genuine death bowling specialist, but he hasn't had the best start for the tournament.
Have to hold him back.
And he goes across the line. He might come back for 2 this time. That's fine.
I've been trying to tell you that for the last 10 minutes, Dills. There's nothing wrong with him. Apart from clutching his knee, his ankles, his wrist, his head, there's nothing wrong with him.
I'm really surprised, Dooley, that you don't know Rizwan. You know, you've commentated all around Pakistan and the PSL. You see him all the time, and you saying that there's something wrong with him. Nothing's wrong with him.
No, there's still lots of moisture behind the ear of Simon Dool.
Hasn't been that long a day, huh? Swing and a miss that time. He's got to look to go more long off. Extra cover even is open.
See him wheeling himself on there. Go straight. Start straight. And if you get a chance to go across the line, there you must be. But otherwise, start your thinking straight. If he gets any width, you know what he's going to do. He's going to slap it over the top of cover point or point area. A little bit into the wicket, he'll go square, but you've got to start thinking in line with the ball.
Scored his protection out in that boundary. They'll come back for 2 more.
He is rabid. He is running that hard. I know. It's going to just follow through. He's an intentional strategy just to buy a little bit of time.
Yeah, he's an Iron Man. He will show you that he's hurting, but he will keep going. He's not gonna go out. Yes, he's gonna take his time wherever he can, and I'm sure Nurofin's working now. Panadol, Nurofen, whatever he's taken.
Just call them painkillers, shall we? Just gathering his thoughts again. Ball from the over, 2 balls remaining. Shankar's been pretty tidy his last couple. Relatively good all day. Push for 2 here. One, oh, well, it should have been the end because there was a missed field, but there's one slipped at the bowler's end. Punishing himself, he can't get the boundary away when he so desperately desires it. All the boys up in that dressing room. I tell you what, they're laughing right now, but they'll be doing more than that if they get over the line here, Pakistan. Because this has been some performance. He'll be on shoulder, walking off this stadium. The last ball of Madhushankar's over. Been pretty tidy so far. Too short, too high. And bowl that one again, sir.
Disciplines in the bowling has been missing today. Even in the first inning, we saw too many wides, too many extra runs were given, and even Sri Lankans. Young bowling lineup, especially when you talk about fast bowlers, they were all over the place. Five wides, couple of times it happened in the second inning.
अब्दुल्ला शफीक मार गया सौ शकील ने उन्होंने काफी का टारगेट दिया था 348 का दिया था
to mid on inside the circle. 7 for the over, 270, 1 for 3.
इंग्लिश भी होगी
And he dropped it!
ये तो मैं बंद आंखों से पकड़ लूं।
मौसमी एक्सपर्ट जोंकी मंथली प्रो मैक्स से एक्सपर्ट कमेंट्री चलती रहे 200 GB डेटा 2000 दूसरे नेटवर्क मिनट्स सिर्फ 1600 खेल भी जीता और दिल और पाया इतना पूरे पाकिस्तान बढ़ो यकीन के साथ
जिसमें है प्रोवी फॉर्मूला जो बालों को मजबूत बनाए और गिरने से रोके हेयर फॉल को इग्नोर ना करें सॉफ्ट करें विद टैंची सर्फ एक्सेल का नया अलग अंदाज ये जिद्दी दाग निकाले पर इनके सॉफ्ट पर्ल्स रखे कपड़े नर्म मुलायम
सॉफ्ट
सर्फ एक्सेल दागों पर सख्त कपड़ों पर नर्म
Those last 3 overs, I think, on the trot, see if we can just get that run rate up to around the 8.5, 9 mark for Sri Lanka to have any hope. Been a great improvement over the years as the how batsmen handle this back end. This last hand they just manage the pressure so much better. They're used to it. The shorter versions of the game have escalated the learnings. Just find a way. Various phases of play. 2 for inside that first 10 and then the 11th to 30th. It's been plenty of action from the bat. Up and over the top.
मैं कितने व्यूज हो गया
89 for 1. Been the best 10 over spell.
5017
Partnership was brilliant and this one has just continued on from where it was.
I don't think the cheap over from Dikshana is going to help their cause. They want to break this partnership. They have to break this partnership. They break this partnership, they'll have a chance. Even if he bowls a couple of good overs, there are always one big over round the corner, which will bring this run rate back to where Pakistan wants it. They can play an easy overall also from Dikshana. Don't have to worry.